Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this wind going to be okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Where the hell have I been? I know, it's been a while. I've been doing some shit. I've been realizing some shit. My perspective is like so much wider than it ever has. It's the person who started this YouTube channel. Yeah, that person from the first YouTube. She's not even here anymore. That version of me, it's just crazy. I've just changed so much. I just kind of want to jump on here and let y'all know what's been going on. I have 2.5 more house guests that will be here for the duration. As far as I'm concerned, until situation is situated. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. It's not my story to tell, but I will tell you that having these experiences through the situation is bringing up a lot of stuff that I had forgotten about from my marriage. Yeah, I remember back in videos where I was all about, oh, he wasn't a horrid person, it's just what I lined up with. That's just another people-pleasing technique, right? That's just another way to be the bigger person. That's just another way to take the high road. It's just another way to bury today, Junior. Name that movie. To bury the fact that I can speak up for myself. Right? Me speaking up for myself and saying that you are an asshole to me. That's okay, and that's justified. And you were, by the way, sir, 14 years, 7 married, asshole. I learned a lot. You learned a lot, but it was a narcissistic type abuse, honestly. And I straight up believed every bit of it. Now, coming into it, I already had views of myself because of family, right? And then you go into a relationship where those views are shared by said family, and then oh wow, this must really be true about me. It's not until you realize, oh, you're just attracting it. So let's heal some shit, let's change it, and then you won't attract these jackasses anymore. Well, people that are currently in my house now attracted said jackass, and yeah, just pretty much followed the path right along with the rest of the women in the family who end up with jackasses. And so yeah, it's one of them things where I was so prided on myself and the fact that I saw it, the problem. I raised my daughter the opposite of what it was going to be, opposite of how I was, because she wasn't going to go through any of it. She wasn't going to end up living the life and having the experiences that I had. Hell no. Hell to the no. But step 1. Step 2, she's going to have to go through some of it for whatever reason. Step 3, she's going to bring kids into it to help heal me and to help heal my mom through her abuse when I was a kid. This whole thing's insane. So apart from that right there, I can't say more than that, because this technically isn't my story, although helping heal in it, being grounded in it, holding safe space. Right? Holding safe space, and it's beautiful, and we're having fun even when it's not. So there's that. So it's like I closed my dad's side down, right? My dad's family line from my dad's branch of it anyway. And so now it's like we're starting on my mom's. And there's just 3. I think there's 3 people left on that one. Yeah, and that's just how it works, right? When you close it off, and then, when those people eventually go, then what's left with is a new energy. You have no longer that old crap anymore. So I'm having to weed this, figure all this out through my girls who are currently now with me. And then we have a baby boy, Noah, to be born in September. And I'm just like, oh, my babies, my babies, my babies. And I love that everything's out in the open now and all the truth is out. And we don't have to hide in that anymore. Because we all are worthy. And through my process, I have learned that I am worthy and I do have a voice. That's just... it's like you can scream in your ego all day long about how unworthy you are. But until you get quiet and go within yourself and find it within yourself, you're not going to know. Again, scream it all day in ego if you want. It doesn't make any difference to me, but for you though, yeah. One thing I learned too, I'm just gonna go down this little list that I made, a little list here. I said every person, place, and thing is a mirror, and it's true. I'm there right now. I've gotten to that point in my life where victim mentality, nope. 100% me. Every bit of everything, every decision, me. I'm not a victim. And everything, like I said, a mirror. Everything mirrors, right? You're just looking at mirrors. So if there's something about somebody that you don't like, or about a place that's irritating to you, or things that irritate you, I don't know. It's just it doesn't freaking matter what it is. I'm not real good with the words all the time, but you know what I'm saying. It's a freaking mirror. Look at yourself before you start pointing fingers at other people saying it's your problem. Is that? Would you have a problem with that if you didn't have a problem with that? Fa la 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 cha ching. Your consciousness is the only one that matters. Yes, I wrote that down. That's true. But Stephanie, isn't that selfish? No, because everyone's mirroring. It's a mirror. I don't understand it. The way I was, I know the process I went through to get where I'm at, but to explain it, I don't know. I just healed a bunch of shit. I don't know how else to say it past that. It's just my version of what it looks like for me is my version of what it looks like for me. I can't explain it to you. Like, seriously, this is different for everyone. Like, in every single way. Different in every single way. So, I don't know what it's like for you. And again, there's teachers out there. Google shit. Google something. Put Google on YouTube and just start watching shit, right? Get some ideas flowing in there and figure yourself out. I don't know. I'm unlimited and I have the power to have exactly what the fuck I want. No matter what it is. No matter what it is. No matter what it is. Like, for real. That's like my birthright. I'm aware of that now. It's already mine. It's like there. It's just my van. Yeah, my van's there. I have to line up with it. And how that happens, I don't know. You know, we're interdimensional, right? We're interconnected. So basically let me just jump into, basically for me, that way I don't leave any gaps for you guys. I don't feel like we have to bust our ass working 9-to-5 jobs anymore. We just don't. I did it for a really long time. I'm 47 years old. You bet your ass I worked a good portion of my life. I don't have to anymore. Oh, it's because your person works and you don't have to. That's true for now, but he won't always. And we'll get to a point where neither one of us work and we have everything we need. That's just because that's the energy now. The interconnected. When you realize that you are not this body and that what you really are is a soul, like a spirit, spirit connected to the other side, the spirit side of it all, right? When you're connected to that and you know that you're not this body, then you can tap in and then just put out into the universe what it is you acquire, right? And then it just goes out in the universe and somebody somewhere picks it up. And then you end up with whatever it was that you needed. Here's an example. And this is a really small one. This is the one that made me go, maybe there's something to this. I was just sitting in my backyard and looking at my doorway to my garage. And I was like, that door needs, in my mind, thinking, just a thought, didn't even say it out loud. I was by myself, I didn't even say it out loud. I need some door beads, some little hippie door beads for that door that would be bitchin', right? That was it, one thought. Just passing by, I was like, it's gone. There, gone. 2 days later, my brother showed up with some hippie beads. He was like, I saw these and thought you might want them. I was like, oh, that's friggin' awesome. Something so small. That's how powerful we are. Right? I'm doing that with a van. Not that someone's just going to pull up and be like, here's a van, Stephanie. But somehow, some way, I'm going to end up with a van. We're going to Vegas this summer. I'm so excited. Next month for my birthday. 48, baby. And I've never been before. My person's taking me. I'm excited. And then I got to thinking, I was like, oh my God, every single piece of clothing I own has paint on it. It's I paint, in everything. And I'll just start painting, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I didn't put paint clothes on. Oh, well, I guess this is going to be another paint outfit. Everything has paint on it. So I was like, man, it would be really cool if I could just have $1,000 just land in my lap, dude. $1,000 to go buy some clothes for Vegas. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Prior to that, I'm all manifesting my van because it's coming. But then I was like, dude, wouldn't it be cool if there's $10,000 in the glove box so that I could just gas her up and just go, and just take a trip immediately, right? The household last month, was it May or the beginning of this month? I don't know. The time is, like I said, it's not real. I don't pay attention to it anymore. Earned an extra $9,000. Yeah, just $9,000 just came into the household. And $1,000 of that $9,000 came to me for money to buy clothes for Vegas. I didn't work my ass off 9 to 5 to get that. It's just one of them things where we're interconnected. When you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, oh, Abraham Hicks, I didn't even think that. It just popped in my head. Abraham Hicks, dude, seriously, y'all have to watch them. I've been watching Esther. I caught Esther right after Jerry died. And then the funny thing is I found their book, a book they wrote together. I found it just in the Goodwill, just under a bunch of shit. It was one of the things where I was just digging. What are you looking for? And then I found this book. I was like, whoa. It's just cool. It's just amazing. And then I met a friend who's really into them too. And I'm just like, oh, it's just amazing. It's just so cool. And Abraham Hicks, you just look it up. Y'all look it up. If you feel the need to, look it up. If it resonates, look it up. If it doesn't, then you don't even need to know about it. So let's do that. Let's keep on moving. It says coincidences, no such thing. They're just bleh, whatever. It's not everything happens for a reason. And that's why right there, because we're interconnected, right? We're interdimensional. We can travel. We're connected. It's insane. I am healing my womb right now. That was the very next one. That was just kind of a big jump, because that's a big one for me. If you watch the rest of the videos, y'all will see that I have a lot of uncomfortable moments talking about sex and how kind of hoary I was, in my trauma, trying to find love. Yeah, and it's pretty, I'm healing. So I'm actually not puking, saying it like I would have been then. So I'm healing. I'm a very patient person. Very patient person. He's awesome. And when you've had a lot of trauma in the sexual areas of your life, I guess is the way to say it. I don't know. when you start healing it and realize that everything that you were taught about it was wrong, and that how you're supposed to be coming at it couldn't be further from what you thought it was. It's just, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it before I even begin to explain it to y'all. If I do, I don't know. There's a part of me like this may be my last video because I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I don't know. Or if I want to just, I have a TikTok and people keep following me, but I haven't posted anything yet. So I don't know. Should I do some TikTok stuff? I don't know. I thought I was more clear cut, and then my girls moved back in, and now I'm not so clear cut on that part of it, because it's like, hold on, that opened up a whole other healing, which is convenient because I'm healing my womb right now. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like everything's connected. Everything happens the way it's supposed to. Everything lays the way it's supposed to when you clear shit out. And when you clear shit out and heal, and then you can see clearly, you can think clearly, you can breathe on purpose. Start there. Breathe on purpose. We just breathe because we're just like, we breathe. We're breathers. We don't have to think about it. We just do it. But if you breathe on purpose, then it opens shit up. It's insane. Just fucking breathe on purpose. Google, YouTube, breath work and shit like that. Just start there too. Just, just something that resonates. If it resonates, then look it up. If you're in a conversation with someone and they're talking and something, and you're like, oh. And most people will be like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I know, blah, 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 blah. And they just forget about it. Just forget about it because, it was just a coincidence. No, you resonated. Look that shit up. What happens is you're going to resonate with something else, and then it's going to send you somewhere else. And before you know it, it's crazy. Like, in the best way. I'm having the most fun. Learning myself is the most fun. And then I went from being my own worst enemy. I hated myself enough to where I wanted to die. I didn't want to exist anymore. Like, what's the point? And now I'm like having the best time. It's crazy. Okay. The ego death. Everyone keeps talking about ego death. Here's my perspective. It's probably not going to be a popular opinion, and that I don't care. I don't think we have to kill our ego. Because ego isn't just the definition of it. The worldly definition of it. I think there's a universal definition of it that we don't quite understand. Like, didn't the ego, like, it's kind of part of who we are, essentially, because we were turned into people that normally we wouldn't have been had we not been treated fairly. But we learn through that, so then the ego comes out the other side stronger in a healthy way. So then the ego and intuition work together, because ego, what's another word for logic, right? I think there's a universal logic too. I don't think logic is just the side of the thing. I don't know. Again, these are just things that I'm working with. But again, it can all be healthy. It can all be balanced. I don't think we have to kill our ego. I just don't. I think we can work with it. But again, not a popular opinion. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I did write that down. To accept all of ourselves, we must accept our ego, too. You accept, learn, love, release what doesn't serve. You release what doesn't serve, and you keep your healthy ego intact. It's the same with everything else. You can't sit there and go, kill your ego, and then sit there and say, hug all your other dark parts and befriend them. You're going to befriend your other dark parts, but then kill your ego? That makes no sense to me. So I don't understand that. And again, everyone has their own perspective, so that's not mine. I don't feel like we have to kill our ego. I think we can heal and work with it. And the emotions thing, yes, they do alert you, for sure. They alert you to what's wrong. when you get upset, it's not because someone upset you. You got upset because you're being alerted to some deeper issues that need to be looked at. So when you start looking at it like that, you start looking at yourself more of like a puzzle piece. Puzzle pieces to the bigger picture, because that's what we all are, pretty much, right? Puzzle pieces to the bigger puzzle. We're all one puzzle. We each hold a piece to it. So not all of us are going to be the same. So I don't know why everyone's like, my way's right. My way's right. No, my way's right. Your way's wrong. And let me tell you why. No, your way's wrong. And let me tell you why. Yeah, nobody's wrong. Let me tell you why. Because we all have our own perspective. We're all one as a whole, but we're each individualized specifically to have experiences for source in our own specific way. And the sooner we all realize that, the sooner we're gonna unite. It's so crazy. I got goosebumps. Yeah, and I was like, the ego protects you. Okay. I wrote, emotions alert you to what's wrong. Egos protect you from the unknown. Intuition whispers what's right, but it can't be heard because your emotions are on overdrive. And your ego is telling you that that little voice is wrong. It's amazing to me how humans have evolved this long, to be honest. And that's crazy. And when no one can pinpoint their own parts, then it's chaos. But to pinpoint all your parts and figure out how they work with inside you, you have to admit that you're an asshole at times. Fix your shit. Not be an asshole anymore. And just have a happy life. Mind, body, soul connection, baby. Self-love. Yep, I got it in spades. Inner critic said bye-bye a long time ago. I'm at this part where, okay, back in 2019, my like flip switch thing or whatever I talk about in my videos, where I'm on, which that's how it happened with my mind. It was like I stopped being an asshole to myself, and I was like, hold on, right? That happened with my body. That was my mind, and now it happened with my body. Because I am way more aware. I haven't eaten meat. I said I wasn't going to eat meat all of June and just see how I feel at the end of it. And I'm doing good. I don't even give a shit. I've been eating a lot of avocado, and honestly, I don't even miss meat. So I might continue. I don't know. I still eat eggs. I like eggs. I'm not a vegan. My person keeps like, vegan. But I still like eggs. I don't know if we're supposed to be eating eggs or milk. I have lactate because that regular milk messes with my tummy. But yeah, it's crazy. It's fun. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with all of the food. But I'm doing a lot better. I'm very aware I need to continue working on my body. I mean, I'm doing the little work that I am doing. I'm realizing that I am actually quite a bit smaller structure-wise. That it actually is a lot of cushion, a lot of extra meat on my upper part of my body that I really honestly didn't even realize before. I didn't even recognize it as being extra padding. But now that I've been starting, you can kind of see, and then I got all this extra, like, it's just a little jiggly wiggly, and when it's all over with, I need like some sort of like skin like surgery or whatever. I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens. I don't know. That part freaks me out, which is probably why there's like a part of me that hasn't really hit it hardcore. But really, at the end of the day, I want someone to come get me. I want someone to be like, bitch, we're going to the gym. Get off your fucking ass. Put your pot down. Yes, I like to smoke weed. Y'all found that out in the last videos. I got back from vacation and I hadn't smoked in a few days. So when I smoked, it was like, whoa. And so, yeah, but no, normally when I smoke every day, I'm high right now, and this is just who I am. And one day I will drop that entirely. But it helped me get where I'm at today. It helped me clear. Honestly, it started with the ear ringing. Oh my God. It was so bad, and it would do this wow, 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 wow in my ears, and it would just be so like, oh my God. And I had smoked weed off and on my whole life, and then at this point in time, I wasn't at all. But then I was like, I'm going to try something. And I was getting to the point where alcohol just wasn't, I don't even drink alcohol at all anymore. Every once in a while I have a glass of wine with somebody, but it's been a minute since I did that. And that last time I did that, I had a glass of wine with myself, but it wasn't a glass, it was a bottle. And that was like a year ago or more. I don't know, it's been a minute. And I was like, wow. And that's only because I was out of weed. So I don't want to be that person who has to be high, right? Or have some sort of head whatever. So that's another part of my darkness that I'm trying to figure out, when that ties in with the body thing. So for me to do what I need to do for my body and get my body in shape, I can't be high. I can't be smoking all the time. And I say I'm high all the time. When you smoke every day, and the smokers know, it's just like this base that's just normal for you. And when you're not high, it's just, you'd rather be. And it doesn't really even change all that much. Did y'all watch the Johnny Depp trial? And when he said what he did about when he gets high, he doesn't get high to get high. He gets high to feel normal, because that's normal. Do you see what I'm saying? And that could be like a sort of addiction thing or whatever. But when I'm out, I don't freak out. And no, I don't turn to wine every single time I'm out either. That was a one-time thing. I'm not even sure what that was, but that was like something that hadn't happened in a while. But usually when I'm out for like a day or two, I don't flip the fuck out. It's like not one of those things where I have to have it. But if I can, I'd rather. And it's because I feel closer within myself, or closer to spirit. It's almost one of them things where I'm not so... It's very grounding for me. And I spend outside most of the time. So it might not even be the weed at the end of the day. It may just be the fact that I'm outside and I just think it is. Because this alcohol, weed, other drugs have been problems in our family line. And being aware of that. I don't call myself an addict. I call other people addicts who can't function, I guess. But I'm still functioning. And then sometimes I'm like, you're kidding yourself. Are you functioning? Are you doing what you need to do for your body? Or are you hanging out in the backyard, being all spiritual and shit, smoking and meditating and painting? And which there's nothing wrong with that. But I have to be able to do both. And I'm at the stage now where it's like, okay, well, I can do both. I just have to be disciplined enough to do both. Do you see what I'm saying? It's so crazy. And then it's like one of the things where it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Don't smoke weed during the day. Just smoke it at night. Not a big deal. Do other stuff during the day. You can still paint without being high. And I've painted some crazy shit. My Tree of Life. I love that. It's so simple. It did not take long, and I was completely sober. And the cool thing about that one is I barely remember painting it. It was one of them trend kind of things, like that tree in my garage that I painted. Same thing. It was just like I started to paint it, and I like vaguely remember that one I smoked with. And then there was this other painting, this red painting I did. I remember starting that one, and it was just done. And that one, I was smoking, and I had a couple of cocktails that night. And that one was like over two and a half years ago, somewhere around there. So yeah, so that one too. I didn't really bring up too much of the drug stuff in any of my other videos, because up until now, I was ashamed of it. Yeah, I smoke weed. I was ashamed because people, oh my God, you're a drug addict. Oh, she smokes weed. She has no idea what she's talking about. On the contrary, I started smoking weed to quit the and then like the ridiculous ringing in the ears. It was just horrifying. But then that got me quiet. That got me to meditating. It got me to where I am today, to where most days I got a lot going on. I don't really meditate, but I don't feel like I need to. I'm still calm, cool, and collected. Like I wake up aware, I go to sleep aware, self-aware. I'm self-aware constantly. I'm like fully like I got this. But then I go, well, dude, seriously, if you really got this, you just stop smoking weed. You can do it. You can just do it. Okay, why do you want me to quit smoking weed so bad? Like, what's that about, dude? Like, just what's that about? Do you see what I'm saying? So there's still parts of me that are in there in the sexual part, which is what we're doing right now. It's the body. I'm healing my womb. I'm eating better. I'm moving my body. I'm doing a lot more body movements, drinking more water, taking better care of myself, realizing that my body is moving me around so that I can experience. And if I don't want her to be all like stuck in one position and not be able to be movable, then I'm going to have to move her around so that I can travel the world at 50. I don't know, fabulous at 50. I can just see the headline now, and I can just, I'm just going to be like in the best shape. It's going to be fucking amazing. And I'm not going to be a weed smoker then, because that's a big goal of mine, to like not have any. We need nothing outside ourselves. And I believe this to be true. We need nothing outside ourselves. I even believe that we can control our own body temperature. Like, we have the capabilities to do that. How did I come to that conclusion? I get cold and my insides fucking hurt. Do you know the Charlie horses in the calves, the Charlie horse? You wake up in the middle of the night and he has a Charlie and it freaking hurts. Yeah, I get that in my core when I'm cold. And like when I'm outside and it's cold, like 30 degrees and the wind's blowing, it's just fucking cold. Yeah, Charlie horse, and it hurts. And then it takes me a minute to warm up. And then I hurt on the inside. It hurts. It's fucking painful. I can keep saying that over and over again, but you're not going to get the gravity of it. Until I warm up, then I'm better. And then I'm like, you control it. Tell yourself you're not cold and try to control it. And now it's summer, so I won't be able to work with that again until it's winter, because I'm not going to purposely put myself in that. No, screw you. I'll wait until I have to walk outside when it's like when it's 20, 30 degrees outside, and then I'll start working on it again. But I do believe that we can do that. I can sit in the freaking heat, and I do, and I'll sit here and sweat and sweat and sweat. And I try to like let myself be hot and get to the point to where like, yeah, I'm gonna pass out, and I'll go in. I'm not gonna let myself pass out. But I really believe we can do that. Like, monks do that shit, right? They go up in the mountains or whatever, and then they can like be in the cold for long periods of time and the heat for long periods. There's something to all this shit. There's something to all of it. And when something resonates, just follow it, because there's something in there, I promise you. And a lot of what I say sounds insane in the membrane. Oh yeah, I said that already. We need nothing outside ourselves. Oh, and the thing, like with the layers thing I talk about in other videos too, like everything's layers, like a family's a layer, religion's a layer. What else do I have on food? I think we have to overcome food. I know that, I really do. I think that's one thing we have to overcome. We have to overcome narcissists in our lives, and we have to overcome food. What the fuck are they even putting in our food? Y'all know I'm right about that. We need to eat cleaner. We need to grow our own stuff. And even then, I'm just like, what are they spraying in the sky? Right? There's so much going on. It's insane. Insane in the membrane. Oh, and astronomy. I'm starting to get to the point where I think even astronomy is a layer. I don't know, man. I'm just... The higher my conscience, the higher my, like, perspective goes, the higher my, I guess it would be consciousness. It's just, there are no words. I have no words. Okay, I have no words. So I'm not gonna pretend to sit here and keep blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna leave it with this. I don't know what I'm doing with this channel or TikTok. I'm literally just going day by day, healing with my daughter, my granddaughter, my mom, through all the narcissistic shit that we've all had to deal with, generation after generation after generation after generation. Well, you know what, it stops. We're done. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding a safe space for everyone involved, so that everyone can get everything out and get it all healed up, so that we can all move on and travel. Because that's ultimately what we want my daughter to, Lily, that we just want to travel. I want to travel by myself in my van sometimes. I want to travel with them sometimes, my person. All of us together, and maybe a bigger vehicular device of some kind. Maybe a schoolie. That'd be kind of fun. We'll just have a little collection. No, actually, I don't want a collection of vehicles. I don't. I want what I want when I need it, and then that's just what I want. And like I said, a passport and unlimited funds, so that we can do everything. And I'm sorry. Why are you saying sorry? I'm supposed to have it. We're supposed to have it all. We're supposed to be able to just to go. Why? Because we're not going to spend the money on dumb shit. Why? Because we're going to experience with it. We're going to share the wealth. We're going to go and make people happy, and we're going to live and enjoy and experience and expand. What's the secret of life? To experience, right? To expand, to evolve, to grow. That's it. That is it. And we shall see what I do from this moment on. Thank you to my 13 followers. I love you guys.